the fact is, Rajat Sethi, to pull you in on this, because what we are increasingly moving towards now is free ration. States are, in terms of political parties, are doing well if there's a direct cash transfer. We saw it happen, in Madhya Pradesh with the Ladli Behna Yojana. We saw it happen during the 21 Bengal elections with Lakshmir Bhandar. And Mamata Banerjee, this election has only raised the stake. Where are we heading towards?
Preeti ji, there are two dimensions of this entire debate. One is the economic sense behind this and how you're treating your voters into a client voters. That is one aspect. The other is timing. Now, my problem, first of all, is timing, and let me address that here. When there is a lazy student going into an examination hall and the time is almost about to get over for the examination, you just barely have last 1 minute and you still have 30 questions left. So you randomly fill the bubbles in the multiple choice question. कुछ नहीं तो एक दो तो सही हो ही जाएगा गलती से. That is the approach of Congress party. Now the time is almost up for this election. You just come out with the randomly throwing promises. If nothing, it will at least get them 1 or 2 votes here and there. Perhaps this is the only approach that Congress party is taking, with mid of the course announcing promises. The bigger problem is, how do you try to wrap your head around the kind of promises Congress is throwing at people? How economic prudent is it? Where are you going to get the funds for it? You need additional 2-3 lakh crores. Are our granaries having adequate amount of food grains to be able to distribute? Where is the mathematics? You can't casually sit in a press conference and start dropping one promise after the other without any accountability. My point is that where is the mathematics
if you look at
go in before you promise anything? And I think they want to do it in a hurry.
Where's the economics of it, but none the richer when it comes to political parties? Okay, I want to bring in back two political analysts. Adil Singh Boparoy, if I'm not wrong, and correct me if I am, because I clearly remember that the party president Mallikarjun Kharge at one time had criticized the free ration scheme. And now, not just implementing it, but doubling it.
Preeti, you have to understand that there is a bouquet of promises which have been made by the Congress party and its manifesto. The BJP's manifesto is not worth the paper on which it is printed, but let's leave that aside. When you look at the right to apprenticeship for the youth, when you look at filling 30 lakh government vacancies at the central government, when you look at unprecedented rural distress, we cannot keep our eyes shut. Mr. Modi has miserably failed on the economic paradigm. We as citizens, we as representatives of the people cannot keep our eyes shut to this penury which Mr. Modi and his policies has pushed the people of this country. So therefore, keeping all these factors in mind, the need
and Adil, you realize that midway into an election.
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
I said that the realization dawned in midway during an election.
It's not that. It is a commitment. It is a sacred commitment made by the India Alliance to the voters of this country. And come the 4th of June, one of our initial and one of our primary promises, which is going to see the light of the day, is 10 kgs of ration, along with multiple other promises which have been made. And lastly, to the BJP today is obsessed.
Multiple other promises, multiple other handouts as well. But that's a part of a different debate on what you're promising.
I want to respond to what Ashutosh ji is also saying. I have great respect for him. But the fact of the matter is, please understand today that it is not just handouts. Please don't see it as handouts. When Mr. Modi writes off 16 lakh crore rupees of loans for the corporates,
it never wrote off.
That's not handout. So therefore, it is a bouquet. It is a bouquet. When you look at when you look at providing.
All right. Okay. I want to bring in Tuhin Sinha into this conversation. And Tuhin, I'll ask you that question which I asked you earlier again. On ground, once again, I will say it because it is resonating. Right now, I'm in Rai Bareli, and I've just come out of a rally of Congress leaders here. And it is resonating on ground. When you're promising people 10 kilos of ration, believe me, there will be some traction.
No, but the track record of the Congress party is so poor that the people don't take them seriously. And they're very late in the game. Fiscal profligacy and fiscal anarchy has become synonymous with the Congress party. In all state governments where they made lofty promises, they have failed to deliver. But point is, till the last phase of the election, will they keep making impromptu promises? Then probably that explains that the manifesto was very ill-conceived. They never, they sat on the manifesto. And finally, where will the stop at? By the last phase of election, I'm sure they must be promising luxury homes and Mercedes and BMW. I think they should get real. They should wait for 4th June 2034 or 4th June 2044. That is the earliest when they will be getting a
many
chance
would
to
look at
perform the
it,
moment.
okay, this is what the voters want. Ultimately, it's an election to win. Up the stakes. But we're going to leave it at that. Apology. Should have come back to Ashutosh and Rajat Sethi for a quick comment. Hardly have the time. But we'll carry it forth, because it's going to be an issue which will be discussed. Because, it might not be in TV studios where the debates lie in terms of polarization or possibly what's happening, on other accounts. But on ground, when it comes down to free ration, believe us, huge, huge traction for the voter. A quick break. Stay with us.